Hello, courageous listeners across the United States and countries abroad. It's your host, Richard Banfield, back again with another episode of Phone Calls from the Nether regions. We've got some of your favorite moments, as always. Phone calls, news of the weird, and exploring the cosmos with me, your host. So let's get to it, everybody. Welcome, students of the unknown, to News of the Weird. This week comes to us from Juneau, Kansas, where it seems that two homeless dogs were seen eating a plate of spaghetti. Now, this may not seem strange at first, but when they finished that plate of spaghetti, what they thought were two separate strands of spaghetti turned out to be the same singular strand of spaghetti, drawing those two dogs in to a loving kiss. Now, if that's not paranormal, I don't know what is. News of the weird. Hello, listeners. Richard Banfield here, back for another segment of Phone Calls from the Nether regions. We've got our lines lighting up. Let's go to the lines. Caller, you are on the air. Caller, what do you have for us today?
Hello?
Hello, yes. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Am I on the air?
Yes, caller, go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Carl.
Carl, welcome to Phone Calls.
And I'm calling from Sioux Falls.
Ah, Sioux Falls, North Dakota? South Dakota?
Yes.
I've never been. Yes. So what do you have for us today, Carl?
Do I just start talking?
Yes, you can just, do you have a story for us? Do you have some interesting insight into the world of the unknown?
I've been listening to your show for 4.5 years.
Okay, well, that's a pretty good number.
I used to listen with my wife, Ethel. We used to listen every night.
A lot of couples do bond over our show. We found that couples love to snuggle up on the love seat and listen to phone calls from the Nether regions.
Yes, it was always a great comfort to Ethel and I before she passed.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry to hear that, Carl. How long were you and Ethel married for?
We were married for 48 years.
My goodness, well, that's something to be proud of.
I met her right after the war.
And the World War?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the big one.
That's
The big war.
Yeah, I'm an Army man myself. I was in the Navy, actually, not the Army, but that's sailing boats.
But you're a fan of the Army?
Yes, I would
An
say
Army
that.
enthusiast.
Well, I was in my younger days. I was in the KISS Army. I was a big fan of.
Ethel was always an enthusiast of the Army. We would talk about maneuvers and discuss strategies.
Wow.
She was always so excited by that. But really, the great passion in our Myers was your show and the paranormal.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
We would sit and we would listen to your show, and then we would stay up for hours talking about what we would do to contact each other if and when either of us passed before the other. It was
incredible.
It was a comfort. It was a great comfort.
And did you devise some sort of plan for her to contact you from the afterlife?
This was part of it, actually. I told her that if she passed before me, I would call in and I would tell you about our life.
Wow.
And what things we did and how we enjoyed our time with you. And then she would hopefully contact the show and we could speak.
So you're hoping that she's going to call in to the show?
I'm kind of hoping, yes. It's what we spoke of. It's what we talked about.
Wow. Well, we've never taken a phone call from an actual ghost before, and looking at the lines right now, we do always have a dedicated phone that's not plugged into anything that a ghost can call into anytime it wants. We keep it over there in the corner. It's the ghost phone.
While we wait for Ethel to call in, I figured that I could kind of talk to you about her a bit.
Okay, well, I'd rather
okay?
not. I mean, yeah, we can talk for a little bit, but this show isn't necessarily just a place for you to wait. I mean, you can always listen to the show, and if she calls in, then we'll keep her on the line and figure out a way to contact you. But I mean, okay, we can talk for a little bit. What do you have for us? Tell us about your lives.
Well, Ethel was a news lady. She was a reporter, if you will.
She was in the news?
Yes, so we spent most of our life chasing down stories and kind of getting to the bottom of things, and
it's a life that I know very well.
She was an avid believer in the supernatural.
It's a life that I know very, very well myself, being involved with journalism and the supernatural.
Well, then you understand. And so later in life, when she got the leukemia and started to see her own mortality passing, we started looking into the supernatural and the paranormal even further, just as kind of a comfort to know she'll be passing into a better place. And when she got to the point where she couldn't even get out of bed anymore, I would sit by her bedside and I would read her stories of ghosts and poltergeists and I could tell that it was kind of what got her through the day. She would struggle even to smile at that point. Her energy was very low, you see.
And what type of stories about ghosts would you read her? You read her bedtime ghost stories?
She was a firecracker, you know. She liked the scary stories. She liked the ones particularly terrifying. The things that couldn't necessarily be explained by everyone, but were scary to everyone.
She's a woman after my own heart.
Yes, and I could, when she got to the point where she couldn't even speak really. It was more of a raspy, almost ghost-like in herself, really.
Wow.
She would just, we would stay up and I would finish one story and she would just say, another. And I would sit and I would read to her. And it was everything. It was, I miss her. Has she called in, by by chance?
Note that phone still is just sitting silently in the corner. Wow, we do really appreciate your phone call. I thank you for calling in, but we're gonna have to go ahead and move on to the next caller now.
You'll let me know if you hear from her?
I absolutely will, Carl. I absolutely will. We'll keep an eye on that ghost phone, and if it rings and Ethel's on the line, we'll forward it straight to you, care of Phone Calls from the Nether region. So stay tuned,
Richard,
Carl.
Richard, I thank you very much, and I'll be by the phone.
Keep sitting there and keep believing in ghosts. Thank you for calling, and thank you for listening. All right, we've got more coming to you on Phone Calls from the Nether regions after this.